Wow! Can you believe it? We're back! AFM.
In the house. Oh, Mike, it is great to be back.
I can't believe that finally I have won a championship again.
Boo!
Allen Family Madness 2017 was
cheated.
amazing.
He cheated.
Not just for the fact that I won and I can just rub it in your faces, but these guys also won a Super Bowl! In fact, I was looking back at our awards 2 years ago. You gave the award of the Philadelphia Award because the teams are always rebuilding. Now you can call it the Philadelphia Award because we're champions!
Oh, my. What a year for you. What you really should have done, Mike, is pulled a John Elway and gone out on top because you really just accumulated 2 championships in 1 year. It's not going to get any better.
It really isn't.
What's the point of continuing to play on? It's just going to be a letdown for the rest of your life.
I was afraid to do the 2018 Allen Family Madness introduction this year because I thought I should retire, just like you said.
You should, because now you're jinxing yourself. You're probably gonna go back to the basement, finish in last place. Carson Wentz and Nick Foles will both tear ACLs or something.
Oh, dear.
It's going to be brutal. So you're going to be relying on Nick Sudfeld or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bad year for you all around. You should have just quit and stopped watching football to get moved on to a different sport. Fantasy basketball, fantasy golf. I don't know. But not football.
Tiger Woods. He's back.
Yes.
Now, I didn't look at the stats, but it is pretty hard for teams to repeat the following year.
We have never yet had a repeating team. We have had, I think the closest it came was Peter Allen won, made it all the way back to the championship, and lost to Mike Allen Sr. in a surprising upset, where Mike Allen Sr. had a 1-5 team and took it to the championship. But other than that, I don't know if that might be the closest we've ever come. I don't know if any other championship teams made it back the next year.
So the odds aren't in my favor?
Nope.
But I'm willing to prove the odds wrong.
He's going for it. And if he wins again, being that he is the commissioner, I think we'll just have to assume he truly is cheating and kick him out of the league.
Wow. So besides me winning lots of things last year, what else happened in the 2017 version of Allen Family Madness?
Yes, it feels like it was so long ago. I feel like it's been such a long off season, even though it's the same length of time.
Yeah.
But let's look back at last year.
Okay.
Last year, we had one of the top 5 highest scoring teams in our league's history occur, which, being the champion, was you. Why should I continue to inflate your ego? I don't know.
Why?
I don't know why I took this note. I considered not even doing it because I didn't want to make his ego any bigger. Like, I'm barely on the screen now. It's just he's oh my goodness. I'm off the screen. He's knocked me out. Look at this. The ego's taking up the whole room. The whole room.
It's just continuing.
It's hard to breathe in here.
I just don't want anybody to forget.
You scored 1,331 points in the regular season, and your playoff run was even more incredible because Todd Gurley averaged like 40 points.
Wow. Just keep talking.
Yeah. That did put you, while you were in the top 5, you just barely squeaked in there at the number 5 highest team of all time. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we had 2 of the top 5 lowest scores in our league's history occur
in the same season?
The same season.
I knew I could rely on you for these stats.
There's something in common with this screenshot about that statistic.
What's that?
They were our wives.
Ooh.
Ouch. Sorry, ladies. Priscilla put up the 3rd lowest score of all time with a whopping 897 points in the regular season, which to put it in perspective is only 17 points off of Kate Kelly's winless season. And I think I had that statistic in the video last year, but it is such an appalling statistic that I have to bring it up again. I'm sorry. And she actually, believe it or not, Kate was not the lowest. It actually goes to the brain patients who put up a score one season of about 860, but they got 4 wins out of it, so impressive.
So Michael Sparing owns the
lowest score in history, so congratulations.
You'll be remembered.
Then my wife had a bad 973 points scored last year, was still able to eke out, I believe, 5 wins with that. Oh, which the crazy thing about Priscilla is she missed the playoffs by 1 game.
Yeah.
So the 3rd lowest scoring team in history could have actually made the playoffs. She actually had the same record as the number 6 seed.
She was really lucky.
So sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Last year, we also introduced, because we had, we try to make our league better every year, and it seems to really get better. I mean, no one wants to ever leave our league. People want into our league. It's an amazing league. To make it better, we introduced a last place award to finally make that loser's bracket worth something. And I almost got it, even though I'm the one who introduced it. But fortunately, Priscilla, in the final game of the season, to really prove that she wanted it, put up 44 points. And she took that bad boy home, free installation by me on Christmas Day, and it is still on the car. I've double-checked every time I see their minivan. So that will ride with them.
Reminding everybody that she finished in last place in the Fantasy Football League. And who sometimes drives that minivan? But the champion.
Yeah, we had to deflate his ego a little bit. So now he has to drive in a shame wagon. So that'll be on their car until about December of next year, when the next loser decides to take it, unless it goes back to your household.
Yep.
Also, the whole league has now officially made the playoffs. Yes, the last person we were waiting on has made it in. So now we can all gather around together, hold hands, and sing Kumbaya, because we've all made it to the promised land.
So on that question, when we did this fantasy video last year, there was an over-under on the number of babies. I think it was at 1.5.
Yeah,
and we were predicting that I was going to have a kid, which I didn't.
Any
So
announcements tonight for the audience at home?
Nope.
That would have been a fun way to do it.
But I did buy a house, so that's kind of
like a baby.
Not really. No, different.
It doesn't stop you from sleeping at night.
Provides you a place to sleep.
Yeah.
So technically, I think it was you needed to have the kid by the end of the season?
I don't know. I feel like announcing of pregnancies would have been welcome.
So we kind of were at 2, right?
Yeah, so we were technically after the fantasy season ended, and Michael Sparing was during the season, and I think that was it then.
So we went over, but it was just 2 people we didn't predict.
It was. So what will it be this year? Bold predictions. We'll set it again at 1.5.
Wow.
I will go this year under, because I feel like people are starting to run out of steam.
Yeah.
You're going under?
I'm going under. Unless Dennis magically has 2 kids in 9 months.
Twins. We've seen it happen.
Oh, good point.
We've seen it happen. I don't know
Because
if it runs in
my
the Kelly
eye
household.
is on him next.
Mm-hmm.
You're just having one. Michael Sparing just had one. I don't need a 4th right now. I have 3 animals
You don't need
at
a 4th,
home.
but you're open to it, is what he's saying. He's open to it. You hear that, Priscilla? The door is not shut.
So Dennis, it's on you.
Another bold prediction that Mike actually made before the video was that he wanted to keep this under 20 minutes. We just spent about
not getting there.
3 minutes talking about babies and houses. Nothing to do with football.
Nothing.
So guess what, folks?
Going
Buckle
over.
your seats, because you're in for a long ride. Moving on.
Where were we?
I know. I watched. That's how
We
far
were
off
on
the
a
track.
3?
I couldn't even find on my notes where I was, because that's how off topic we were. But now I found it. So, for the first time in league history, because even though
Oh yeah, that's where we were.
We
The
were
first time with playoffs.
Last season was
Michael
our
Sperry.
yes. Yeah.
Got it.
Last season was our 8th season, sort of 7th, like legitimate season. We had that fake one, but 8 seasons. But in those 8 seasons,
Was the fake one where I kicked all Peter's friends out of the league?
was when they were in the league,
And they kicked them all out.
Well, we gave them one more season,
Oh,
and then
okay.
that's the season.
And then it was a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total jerk.
Yeah.
Always a jerk. This
Yeah.
guy. All right.
Oh my god.
Again,
That's why we brought Thomas into the.
this guy's derailing me. I hope people notice, because I know in the past my wife's pointed it out. She's like, "You're the one going off topic," which
Yep.
I am right now. But
But
he's doing it to
it's
me.
me.
He's doing it to me.
All right. Sorry.
First time ever. We
First
still
time
have
ever.
firsts. 3-way tie at the top.
First time.
9-4 teams. That's never happened. We've only ever had 2 teams with the same record in first place. And for the second year in a row, to give you that hope, just like now Nick Foles has permanently given teams hope that if they lose their quarterback, they can still win a Super Bowl, because that's going to be a thing now that you always have hope to hold on to.
Yep.
In our league, you don't have to have a winning record to make the playoffs, because for the second straight year, a 6-7 team made the playoffs. This year it was
I don't know.
no, Priscilla just missed.
Billy?
Was it Billy? I think you are correct. Billy Grapston was the 6-7
It can
team
be distracting, but
to make
my mind is sharp.
the playoffs. And I noticed reading last year's notes, Billy noticed I tripped up on his last name a little bit as I was trying to get it out of my mouth.
Crapstool.
That's just mean. That's just bullying. So I wanted to make sure I get his name right this year, because I've known him for, I think we're coming up on 10 years now. So I'm sorry for getting your name wrong. Last year, Bill Grape Tools, I think is the pronunciation. So Bill Grape Tools. So I just want to make sure. For all of you who are just as gullible as the man sitting to the right of me, I am not serious. That is not how you pronounce his last name. So on that note,
What's the point of grape tools then?
it's just to screw up his last name in a really obvious way. But apparently,
I thought there was like some inside joke there, because
no, we're just messing around.
Okay, well, Crapstool's not derogatory, but appropriate for how much trash talking he does.
Right.
Anyway.
And
Woo!
the people have spoken. I have heard the whispers and the murmurs, and I brought the hair back, baby.
Oh.
Brought it back. It's been a while since I filmed a video with this luscious head of orange, so it's back. All right, that is our season in review, and now for everybody's favorite part of the 2017 recap, it is
Awards time!
So let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
I should get some like Oscars music going here.
Yeah, I didn't load that one up because they're sexist, so
Oh, so Golden Globes is what you're saying.
Yeah. So let's start with we'll just pick Kate Kelly to start.
Okay, go for it.
We usually started with her because she was and whatever, but now we've established that she's a very legitimate contender. And this year, or this past season, we gave her the Turning Lemons into Lemonade Award. Now, I know it's a little long-winded, but it kind of makes sense. She had a negative point differential overall for the season. And can you guess what place she finished in?
5th.
4th. She finished in 4th place with a negative point differential. Meaning, for the season, she was outscored by, I don't know how many total points it was, but she was scored against more times than she scored. What is this? Turning lemons into lemonades?
It's the awards music.
Oh.
He's drawn on for too long.
Oh, and they're kicking
the
me
end
out.
It's the end of the speech. This is the Golden Globes, for anyone who's wondering, since Michael pointed out the sexism that is the Oscars. And I believe they were also the ones accused of
Racism?
So
Yeah.
And they're also the ones who can't get the awards correct.
We're an equal opportunity employer of awards.
Mm-hmm. So Kate got a good one there. So
who's next?
Just to get it out of the way, because I just want to move on from this topic. It's sickening, and I was once proud, but now I just can't handle it. So for this guy, the award he gets this year, I could have gone with the Philadelphia Eagles award, would have made sense, but I did not think of it. Instead, I went, just like trophies are named after a person, like the Vince Lombardi Trophy, etc., I went with the Sidney Crosby Trophy.
Interesting.
And this is because Sidney Crosby one year won in the sport that he plays, the NHL. He won a Stanley Cup. And in kind of like the Olympics, it's like fantasy teams, right? You get the best from every nation. He also won a Canadian gold medal in hockey. Oh, Canada. And so Mike won his fantasy league and his sports team won, just like Sid Crosby got.
It probably doesn't get any better than that. Probably top 2 moment in my life.
So that was a painful one to give out. But
Virginia Tech beating Duke and rushing the court.
Hopefully Pittsburgh fans can appreciate.
I kid. Not. Those aren't the top 2 moments in my life. But they're good. All right. So, speaking of Mike Allen's, the next award goes to Mike Allen Sr. It's the Walked Under a Ladder Award or Broke a Mirror Award.
7 years bad luck? Is that 10 years
because he scored lots of points last year, only to not make the playoffs. So, I think he had, the 4th highest weekly point total. And he finished 8th.
Ooh.
That hurts.
Ouch.
That really sucks. And so, he poured his heart and soul into it, tried to make his team better through trades and transactions. But, yeah, sometimes you just can't win.
He loved, but he was not loved back.
Yes.
Awkward silence. All right. To also get this one out of the way, because it's painful on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
The award I'm giving myself.
Ooh.
Because I'm not going to let my ego get in the way. I'm going to give myself this award. I'm wearing this award right now. The Denver Broncos Award. Why is this my award? Because both of us, simultaneous, so over the same timeline here, spent 2 months. Neither of us won a single game for 2 straight months. We both ended our winning in the same week, and it took us all the way to like week 12 or something to finally get another one. It was brutal, painful. The complete opposite of what happened to him. His team wins the Super Bowl, he wins a championship.
Contrast. Yep.
I went on like an 8-game losing streak. The Broncos went on an 8-game losing streak.
And in the middle of that, I beat you, and the Eagles beat the Broncos, and it wasn't even close. I just remember watching the highlights, and it was like, watch Carson Wentz throw another touchdown, and another touchdown, and another. Yeah, that was great. Okay, we'll just get you off of that topic, and we'll just remind you of your other brother, Peter, who got the All-Star Drafter Award. So, he drafted the Killer Bees last year in Le'Veon Bell, Tom Brady, and Doug Baldwin, who were just incredible for his team. And on top of that, he drafted Travis Kelce and Mark Ingram and Jarvis Landry, who collectively, all of those people, finished in the top 15 in their category. That is one heck of a draft. Impressive. And you know what the secret to success was? He was much more sober this year for drafting. He did not pass out face first on the carpet and fall asleep. So, Pete, you are proof that drinking and drafting is a bad combination. So, congratulations on finishing in 2nd place. Yeah, because that's where you finished. Yep. You drafted very well.
Oh, well, he did.
I'm very proud of you.
Battle of the brothers there.
I would have never imagined this when he was in school. He hated sports.
Puts the Allen Brothers Championships at, let's see. Peter has 1 real one. You have 2 real ones. I have 1 real one. Up to 4 out of the,
7 real
7 real seasons. domination. It's because we're brothers. All right, eat that. Speaking of brothers-in-law. Michael Sparing. He gets the Andy Stitzer Award.
And who is Andy Stitzer?
So, and this is a cinematic reference. So for anyone playing at home, any guesses? I feel like Billy Grapstool. He'd be the guy to know this one.
That was great.
Billy Grapetools.
Oh,
Billy Grapetools. Does he know? Andy Stitzer, a man played by Steve Carell in a movie where Andy Stitzer is a 40-year-old man who is, I gotta censor this. He's a man trying to attain a certain part of a lifetime milestone, so to speak.
We may have kids watching.
Yes. I know my kids sometimes watch, his kids sometimes watch. So,
They think Uncle Tom's hilarious.
it took a long time, but it was worth that wait. And he finally got into the playoffs.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the club.
That's right. Everyone's in the club now. What do you got?
Let's see here. So let's go with the next one. Priscilla Allen. So we made fun of her for, really low scoring. And, what reminds you of getting low? The limbo. So Priscilla got the Limbo Award because she finished last in the league in total scoring by almost 100 points with an average score per week of 69.
Ouch.
Somehow, like you mentioned, she won 6 games, but not only did she finish last, but as again you reminded us all, we had a nice back of the minivan change when you put the license plate holder on our van on Christmas Day. And so, we get honked at for finishing in last place in the fantasy league. It's embarrassing, but, we get through it. We each carry our own crosses to bear. So,
as Ricky Bobby once said, if you ain't first, you're last. In this case, she was dead last.
And we don't race very much in our minivan.
We don't win many races. All right. So moving on to William J. Grapetools, Esquire. He gets another award named after someone, the Oscar the Grouch Award. Ooh. Is it because he's hairy and ugly? I don't know. That's a matter of opinion. I don't know what you think of him. But the reason I'm giving that to him is because of his trash talking. Last year, he rolled out, probably 3, maybe 4 videos. Started off the year with a good one. It was like a 20-minute just victory lap video, just destroying the rest of the league, taking in his glory as he should, just like he took up about 7 minutes of this video bragging about winning.
Yep.
And
we might get through this in 30 minutes.
Maybe. We'll see how fast we get through the rest of these. So, that's why you get that award. I don't think you're hairy and ugly, but I don't know what everyone else is saying about you.
I don't know either, but he was grouchy when he started losing. So the Eat My Words Award, that is such a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Woo!
Say that 5 times.
Goes to Dennis R. Kelly Jr. because I have to eat my words after I'm pretty sure in the draft review video of last season, I said that he had the worst draft of potentially all time, and he proceeded to be the 3rd highest scorer in the league, and I think he finished in 5th place. Doesn't really sound so bad to me.
No, you had a good year.
Better keep my day job.
Enjoy playing
draft
with
predictor
the
is
polymers.
Monomer.
Phenomena. Next up on the docket, Dave Sparing. He gets the Linkin Park Award. This one goes to him because of one of Linkin Park's original songs. He tried so hard and he got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. This guy puts in more effort than maybe anyone else in the entire league. And what did it get him? He won the losers bracket. But what does that really mean? He earned that seventh best team in the league spot. It's like winning the NIT bracket. So
have some pride.
it was a good effort because you know what? he was the 12th place team going into it, and he did move his way up in the losers bracket.
He at least avoided the license plate.
He did. So I guess that is where it did matter.
Yep. All right. So to keep moving here, I'm afraid that we're going to time out this video. Who knows?
I made space on the computer, so we should be good for at least another hour if you guys want to stick around.
So the Pick'em and Flick'em Award goes to none other than Bobby Allen, who did 40 transactions last year. And, well, based on what his team had to show for them, they're pretty much all garbage. So garbage in, garbage out. His team just kind of sucked. So hopefully he won't have so many boogies this year.
There's always next year.
Or the next year.
And I believe this is the last one, correct?
I think so.
So I did save the best for last, and that's a completely
course you
unbiased opinion.
Totally.
For my lovely wife, Kristen, she gets the Set It, and you should probably check it award.
Oh, no.
Because I am sorry, honey, but your team, as I mentioned earlier, was the 4th lowest scoring team in team history, and you only had 8 acquisitions. So you were really loyal to that team, and hey, no, there's something to be said for loyalty in this world. Just in fantasy football, it didn't help you very much.
No,
I'm sorry, but hey, I know you'll get back up there and you'll get back into the playoffs. Last year was just a bad year. We were distracted at the draft. This year, we're not watching our kids.
But the good news for you is if you ever gain 400 pounds, you know that she'll always remain loyal to you, because when you have a bad fantasy team and you stick with it, you can have a fat husband and stick with him.
I hear there's a perfect correlation to that in the real world. All right.
So start eating.
Think I will. What do we got around here? Cookies? I think that will bring us to an end for the 2017 year. We will put that in the books.
And we'll just remind people throughout the season that I won that season. Okay, anyway.
Moving
on. The 2018 Allen Family Madness Draft will be on Saturday, August
25th
at
my house. Surprise!
Surprise! It won't be at my house because we're moving.
As he mentioned earlier, he's moving. Their house is packing up boxes, so we're going to have it here. We're still going to try and start at 6 o'clock, as he mentioned. You can start coming, we'll say around like 4:30 or so. And we're just
pizza, beer, wings,
tequila.
Fun.
Tequila. Because I'm going to try to get everyone else drunk so I can finally
That's
have
a good strategy.
Yeah.
And before you all freak out, I'm not moving too far. I'm actually moving closer to Thomas.
As part of the draft, maybe we'll take a walking tour of the family members that will now reside within this neighborhood. It'll be me, about a half mile to quarter mile away. It'll be him, about another half mile to quarter mile away. It'll be my parents, and like 0.1 miles away from that will be the Sparing household.
Wow.
Yeah, we're taking over the neighborhood, so watch out if you live in Penn Oaks area.
Because our kids are dangerous and they keep multiplying.
Yeah, there's going to be a gang of our children.
Very scary.
Draft selection. We are looking at Monday. So whenever the video actually posts, hopefully Monday, but potentially Tuesday. And I have been receiving people just where am I drafting at? I need my mock draft picks. How am I supposed to mock draft? And for all you people, I have one thing to say to you, and that is, it was his idea.
Yes, it was. Because I don't believe in infinite draft prep. So, like I said, get over it.
So that'll be Monday.
And so to recap, draft Saturday, August 25th, 6 p.m. start time. That's Eastern Standard Time. So for those people on the West Coast, that'd be 3 p.m. West Coast time. And yeah, here. Not my house.
That's right.
Food, fun, football, fantasy. Boom. Right. So, with that, oh, you had the sign, I think.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
Don't forget the sign.
Speaking of drafts,
You are on the clock.
someone's on the clock, but we
we-
don't know.
One of our children will decide.
Yes, that will be decided.
They take bribes for their college funds.
And candy, apparently.
Oh, that's cheaper. Okay, so with that, we will leave you with. We couldn't really decide, but then when I got here, Tom had this great idea. He wrote a song that he will sing. So,
Sure you don't want to join me?
no. So with that, I will bid you a fair adieu while Tom leaves you with his joyous voice. So good luck, everybody. I will see you for the draft selection video in a few days.
All right. Me. All right, just making sure I still had it. So, I did this to the tune of one of my dad's absolute favorite church songs in the entire world. To the tune of City of God. I have no backup vocals, I have no backup music, and I'm not a singer, so bear with me, but enjoy the lyrics. I tried to keep it as close to the original song as possible, so I just tweaked a few words, just a few. Awake from your slumber, arise from your sleep. The season is starting for losers who weep. Most AFM members are ready to fight. Those who consider quitting really just might. Let us build a championship squad. May our tears be turned into dancing. For myself, yourself, and all them, the new season begins.